But let's get into the first topic of the day, man. Finally,
Finally.
N'Gannou.
So listen, let's get 5 minutes on the clock.
I
And
mean,
without further ado, let's get this started.
let's
Holy
get this
moly.
party started, right?
Holy moly. So look, before we get started with that, let's say Jamie Malarkey defeats Kama Worthy in a knockout. Did you see that one? Holy moly. It was he missed it, but it was great. Miranda Maverick beat Jillian Robertson. It was great. We're gonna talk about Sean O'Malley and we're gonna talk about Tyron Woodley in the coming news. But I just want to let y'all know some other
Man,
stuff
we
that
ain't
went
gonna
down.
talk about Tyron Woodley. We gonna bash him. But let's get into the first one though.
So look, first and foremost, I would like to say I'm sorry to myself for letting me down for my picks. It's that thing where you pick something and you're so adamant about it that when it doesn't happen, you feel kind of dumb. I didn't see this fight happening
I
that way.
told you.
Yeah, I
I
know.
try to tell you. I told you exactly what's gonna happen before it happened, and I told you what was gonna happen in this fight. And I let you know. And Ngannou was not coming to play. He was coming to knock this dude out. But before we get into that, man, I gotta say something about Stipe. Stipe is will go down as one of the top heavyweights in the UFC. This guy has done some amazing things from beating DC after getting knocked out from holding that title for I think he defended the title 6 times and he had 4 of the 6 where he was the underdog too as well. So people came in, they doubted this man, and this man came out on top. But tonight wasn't his night. But look though, and Ngannou showed up and he showed out and he showed some things that he didn't show in the first one. And that's what I was trying to tell you, man.
So,
And Ngannou had something in the bag, man.
but
He had
you
some
ain't
tricks in the
what?
bag.
What was you trying to tell me? Did you have exclusive footage? No, you didn't.
Well,
That everybody
yes, I
was
did.
surprised. So
Yes,
look,
I did. No,
52
no, no. Yes,
seconds
I
of
did. I
round
did.
two. 52 seconds of round two is when he was defeated. Uh, I'll get. Let's just jump straight into that part. When my man sprawled on Stipe Miocic, I was
Oh
like,
boy.
oh no.
Oh boy.
What is it? Oh no, boo boo, what is you doing? It was
Oh boy.
so when he sprawled on Stipe head, if the UFC would have stopped the camera and went to black and then had Stipe go, I bet you all wonder how I got here, right? That's about that's about they flash back to when he took his soul in the first fight and say like, I thought I was good. Listen, listen, there was nothing else. First off, if he could wrestle like that, who's gonna beat him?
Man, that's a strong dude, man. And Ngannou's a strong dude, man. And Miocic came in, he was like 234. And
Uh-huh.
Ngannou was at 263. He had 30 pounds on him. And once Miocic tried to take him to the ground, and Ngannou did some things that I did not expect him to do. But he was very patient in this fight, man. Very, very
Super.
patient. And I didn't expect him to be as patient. I thought he was gonna come out and just start throwing them things and trying to knock Miocic out in the first rounds, knowing that Miocic after the second and third and fourth round, Miocic's skills would come out and show themselves. But Ngannou had a lot of patience, and I thought this fight looked a lot different with him trying to pick his shots and ease his way in, and then also sprawling out some things that I didn't think he's gonna get out of, man. Shoot,
Shoot. So
shoot.
the only thing that I can contribute attribute to I just we always have to talk about John Jones. First off, I'm pretty sure John Jones just started dieting down. I said that on Facebook. He just started dieting down. John Jones going back to 205. Did you see it? Did you see it? He was like, "Hey, let's dance." And then in the next tweet, he said, "Hey, UFC, show me the money." Because guess what he said? He said, "I'm about to price myself out of this fight real fast. I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all want me to fight the scary dude? I'm gonna need McGregor, how much you make? I'm gonna need that." And the UFC is gonna be like, "You don't
Dude,
even sell like McGregor," and he could be like, "Oh, I guess we can't do
he
business."
but he is gonna sell like McGregor though in this fight.
The fight
This
is
is a
gonna
must
sell.
see.
The
This is
fight
a
is gonna
must
sell.
watch. Yes.
So they gotta
Look,
pay him. They
the
gotta
the
pay
the
him.
this fight is a match made in heaven for you because it won't be as much pre talk about each other, and there won't be as much like banter between the two. It'll be more respect between both parties. So it'll be a fight made in heaven for you because you don't really like individuals that come in and just talk that talk.
It's
Uh,
not that. It's just that everybody does it badly.
tr-
Look, let me show you a
you
picture.
you
Let me
don't
show you a
like it.
picture of what's gonna happen to John Jones.
I don't mean to laugh at it.
I don't mean to laugh either, because I mean I'm just glad his ankle was okay. I'm glad his knee was okay.
My
Whenever
man
he fell that
said,
way, he was. Did you? Okay, first off, did you see how fast Herb Dean was trying to get over there from that last
Herb
shot?
said, "Oh shit."
Soon as he seen my man going down, he said, "No,
He was not
he
ready.
was not ready."
He did not expect that to happen, man. But
Uh,
look, Ngannou has that power, man, that can knock you out at any time. And I saw DC do it, and that's what made me think Ngannou could do it. And that's why I was like, man, Ngannou's a bigger and
uh,
much stronger man than DC. And I thought it was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen early, and it did happen. But look, man, I want to say something before we get into that John Jones spat about how that next match between him and Francis is going to go, man. Look, this is the first time in history that there are three Africans holding a belt in the UFC, dog. This is crazy,
and they talking about doing a triple header in
crazy.
Africa.
Hey, we talked about it before, man. Hey, if you want to catch us on YouTube. We've already cut that video. I've already talked about that. The last fight between Adesanya. No, it wasn't Adesanya. It was Kamar
It was
Usman. Last
Kamara.
fight.
Yep.
Kamar was talking about a trilogy fight in Africa after Francis Ngannou got to get that belt sometime later on this year. Hey, it can
Hey,
happen now,
first
man.
off,
It
I
can
need y'all
happen.
to know. Hey, call me because I'm from the Butu and the Cameroon people too. So I don't got a belt, but I can represent, and y'all just put me on the little
He can
undercard.
he be on the undercard,
Put me
man.
on the undercard.
Yeah.
I'm from the Butu and the Cameroon people too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We cousins. That my cousin. You think I won't call him
Hey,
cousin when I see him?
what's
So
up,
look,
good?
what else you got on this fight? It was such a spectacular that power jab that he hit him with. He knocked him down with a jab, and
Dude,
then in this. So if you look at this picture right here, that picture
dude,
of him getting knocked out, he got rocked a half a second before.
dude,
Did you see
dude,
Stipe hit her? He said, "Oh," and said,
dude,
"Boom."
dude. My man was asleep on the way to the ground, man. He was laying on pillows, though, all the way down.
Man,
So I'm telling you,
it was
Ngannou did
nasty.
not think. I did not look. It didn't look like Ngannou had anything behind those punches. But when he hit Miocic's face, his face said, "Ooh,
What was that?
hold up, wait a
Hey,
minute."
first off, he didn't have these the last time I fought him. He said he is Steve Hay. He said, "What kind of power is this?" You get it, Wakanda. But look,
That was a good one,
we
dude.
gotta move on.
Before we move on, man, and Francis Ngannou says that he's gonna be ready for that fight with John Jones. He said he'll be ready July, August. That fight can happen soon, man. This is the best thing that can happen for the UFC, especially in the heavyweight division. If this fight happens in July, August, who do you have? We're gonna cover this later on if it happens, but who do you got right now? This is one of those Shine Barnes. Tell the people what you thinking in this fight and how it's gonna happen. Let
Fre-
them know.
Francis Ngannou is gonna murder John Jones. Here's the thing: if he can move around like that, so in all actuality, I got to do a hot take. Let me take that back. Because the way that John Jones wrestles is different from the way that Stipe wrestles. He's not gonna be shooting in for no for that high crotch or the single leg. He's more of a Greco base, which means that he's gonna have to be able to move Francis Ngannou around from the waist up. Can he do that? We don't know. Can Ngannou out wrestle that? We don't know. So it could be different. It could be different. All I know is he touches chin, it's a wrap. Now,
Rap.
now, before we move on, I need to let you know something. I know something I want to see more than the John Jones fight.
Which one?
Ooh, the Black Beast,
Derek Lewis?
Derek Lewis. The only reason why I want to see it is because I know it's gonna be super cool. I want to see it more because I know that Ngannou lost to him, and he's gonna want to get that back. And also, you're
Derek
like,
Lewis is my
man,
guy. Derek
Der-
Lewis is my guy.
what if Derek Lewis goes out there and wop wop, and all of a sudden His balls is getting hot underneath all that gold.
Dude, the Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou fight is a match made for Derek Lewis because Francis Ngannou is not
Yeah,
an individual that's going to take him to the ground. It's going to be a slugfest, and
nothing but
that's what
war,
Derek Lewis wants.
nothing but
And
violence.
it's gonna be a lot of violence in that, man. Hopefully something like that happens, man. I feel like what you said earlier, I feel like John Jones may put himself in a boat where he
He's gonna
prices
price himself
himself
out.
out of the fight, and then they gotta make a fight, and then Derek Lewis steps up to the plate.
Yep,
That's still just as
it's
intriguing,
still
man.
just as good.
It's
It's
still
and
just
it
as intriguing.
and then if he so two things could happen. They can't if I'm the UFC, I hope John Jones prices himself out because you can't go wrong with John Jones priced himself out. And then you go, oh no, what do we do? John Jones is going to have to wait till later. How are we going to be able to build a hype? Yeah, because guess what? If Ngannou knocks out Derek Lewis, oh no, John Jones, you're next. If Derek Lewis knocks out Francis Ngannou, I meant Ngannou, you know what I meant. If he knocks him out, we're like, whoa. And then we still want to see the lead up between Derek Lewis and John Jones. So
True.
they can't
And
lose.
that'll be a better fight for John Jones and Francis Ngannou, man. Seriously,
It'll still sell.
because John Jones, I feel like he has he's a tad bit faster,
Could be.
and
We
I feel
don't
like
know.
he can. I feel like you may move him around a little bit more than Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou looks like a brick wall that can't be defeated right at this point in time, and I feel like it's Ngannou versus everyone else,
Yep.
and the only way he loses his title is if he gives it to somebody, because
He
somebody has to come and take that title, because it's going to be hard to get it from him.
he has a better chance of losing to Derek Lewis than he does to John Jones.
Exactly.
John
Hey, look.
Jones ain't knocking out Francis Ngannou
Hey, I got a question for you. Why doesn't Stipe get a automatic rematch in this, man? He got one against
because
DC. Why does he
because
not get an automatic rematch, man?
because it was, I guess, not so much as decisive but overwhelming. But here's the thing: if you don't get the kind of humor of Stipe, which 99% of the world doesn't get, then him being thrown. What's another one? Benson Henderson. You see, they like Benson Henderson as a champion. When Benson Henderson lost, they said, "Oop, you're going down to the bottom of the thing." They didn't have a better fight for DC with the Stipe trilogy, so they had to do it. All I'm saying is they want to bury Stipe because he's not giving them what they want. Those hot takes. Now, if you listen to Ngannou talk, eh,
I'd rather.
if he just stands there with his mouth closed bouncer,
Yeah,
it's
that'd be even better.
it's a
Be
lot
intimidating.
better. Yeah,
Be
very
intimidating.
intimidating.
Intimidate. I like the guy, very humble man. I like his past. I like where he came from. I like the fact that he went through a struggle and he is where he is now, helping his family. But just listening to him, it's one of those things where I feel inspired, but it's not one of those things where I just want to listen to over and over again. His story is great, but he's not an individual that captizes me whenever he
Hey,
speaks.
he too scary to touch your heart. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Hey
he
man,
probably
just be
is.
scary, man. You too
Yeah,
scary. Don't be touching my heart. I don't need to be
it,
feeling. I need to
this
be
might
afraid.
Francis might be the only guy that I'm not gonna say anything not nice
I'm
about.
not gonna say.
That's all I'm gonna
I'm
say.
not gonna. He could be as nice as you want. I ain't gonna say nothing
I'm not gonna say
sideways.
anything sideways, man.
So look, I'm gonna do one more hot take. And we have to move on. So how about this? Francis Ngannou beats John Jones.
Yeah,
Francis Ngannou beats Derek Lewis.
yep.
Francis Ngannou beats Stipe in the trilogy, and
That's 4 wins.
It is a few years from now, and we go crossover. Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua for a heavyweight fight. Francis Ngannou wants to box too. It could happen.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen. I can
I
see
don't say
that
Tyson Fury
happening.
because I see him retiring.
I can see that happening, but boxing is a different sport, man.
It is, but that's
You
his
don't play
dream.
boxing, man. You don't play boxing.
That's his dream. That's what he wants to do.
I feel like
I'm just
would
saying it
do
right
better in
now so you
UFC.
could record it and then you could play it later and everybody knows how right I am.
Hey, we will cut that one tiny spot and put it on so everybody know you said it first.
Everybody
Heard it
knows.
here
You
first.
heard it here
Hot
first.
take. Dun, 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 dun. Shine said it. What
So
about your boy Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder or Anthony
and
Joshua? He said it here first, folks.
folks.